Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's another great day to discuss other people's excellence. I'm the unforgettable one himself, Mr. Brett Carroll, and I'm just a guy that likes BSing at work. All right, we finished round one of this post Senior Bowl mock draft. We'll do a quick recap. In this one, we traded Justin Fields to the Raiders for a second and a future third, probably a conditional third, maybe. And go ahead and we went ahead and drafted Caleb Williams. We had the Falcons trade up to get Drake May. The Patriots decided not to take a quarterback. They took Marvin Harrison Jr. Malik Neighbors followed. Jaden Daniels then fell to the Giants. Uh, and I think that was it for trades, actually. It was a very light on trades. So that's fine. We kind of wanted to just showcase the prospects and who is rising and falling after the Senior Bowl. So here we go. That was it. So now here we are with the Panthers in round two. And here's the thing with the Panthers, right? They desperately need a wide receiver. And right now they're on wide receiver 7. This is something I'm going to address in a future video. What other things should the Panthers do? Because here's the thing. Let's say they can't get a wide receiver in free agency. I don't think you can stand pat at 33 and wait for a wide receiver. I know this is a very deep wide receiver class. But like I said, this team is desperate to get a receiver, and I don't care how good a wide receiver class is. If I'm sitting here stuck on anywhere from wide receiver 6 to 9, um, I don't feel confident, especially since the last two receivers they have drafted in the second round have not panned out for them. Terrence Marshall, Jonathan Mingo. Obviously, Mingo was just a rookie. We still have no idea what he could turn into, but yeah, like I wouldn't feel comfortable. And 6 receivers were drafted in this first round, and that's not including the Texans that could draft a wide receiver. That's not including the Bengals that could draft a wide receiver. And there are others. The Saints, did I have them draft a receiver? No. The Saints might draft a wide receiver. The Eagles could draft a wide receiver. So it's one of those if Mike Evans walks, Tampa Bay could draft a wide receiver. So it's one of those things where if you are the uh the Chiefs could draft a wide receiver. So you know what I'm saying? Like there's a really good chance you could be sitting there at 33 and you're looking at wide receiver like 10. You know what I mean? Like I doubt that will happen, but my point is because you are so desperately in need of a wide receiver, I don't know if they should stay pat here. I don't know if they should trade for a veteran, make sure they go all out in free agency and get a guy. I don't trade up in the draft. I don't know. I know they don't have them with draft capital, so it's gonna be hard to trade up in the draft, but that's something they're gonna have to consider. Even if it's trading some other players on their team, aka Brian Burns or Derek Brown, to try to get a first round pick so they can get a receiver. Because again, I'm not really in love with any of these options we have here. Like I said, Tez Walker played himself out of the second and third round. There's no way you could take this guy on day 2 now. He was horrible. Lad McConkey is a slot receiver. They kind of already have that in Adam Thielen. So I guess the best thing you could do right now is Keon Coleman, maybe a Xavier Worthy, a Jalen Polk. Um, Keon Coleman to me is the best out of these guys left. So you go ahead and take Coleman, but you gotta hope that this pans out for you. And like I said, Keon Coleman might be a guy that's not there at 33. I like Troy Franklin. He's just a little too small for me. I know he's a taller receiver, but he's kind of skinny. So again, I don't know. If you're the Patriots, Bo Nix is perfect. This is why you didn't take a quarterback in the first round because you knew Bo Nix would probably be here at 34. Um, if you are the Cardinals, you took a receiver already, and then what did you do with your second pick? Troy Fautano. So you got your offensive line together. Uh Chris Braswell is still here. And he had a really good Senior Bowl. So that's something you can consider as well. Um, let's see what other offensive linemen are here. I think they're gonna want to try to. Christian Haynes had an amazing. He solidified himself as a. He definitely solidified himself as a second round pick, in my opinion. He had a great, and he showed he could play center. He had a great whatchamacallit, Senior Bowl. Okay, so if we're just looking at the offensive lineman, Patrick Paul had a decent Senior Bowl. Arizona is hard because I think they're kind of cool at tackles, if I remember correctly. Maybe they could use a left tackle. Maybe they could lose a left tackle. So who's still here at left tackle? So maybe you do take a Patrick Paul here. Okay, maybe you go ahead and do that. So let's take a Patrick Paul. Um, if you're Washington, how do you not just take Christian Haynes here? I mean, he really showed out. He struggled playing center the first day, but then he was like really good at playing center the next day, and he was pretty good like throughout the rest of the week. I mean, it might be a little rich. We do have pick 40 still and pick 43. Okay, so maybe we don't take Christian Haynes here. Okay. Okay. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna reward the other guy that played well, and that's Chris Boswell. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, if you are the Chargers, you took Brock Bowers already. Maybe you go Troy Franklin. You're saying he's falling too far. Let me look at the other wide receivers. And the wide receivers didn't really help themselves. Uh, Roman Wilson was who I was thinking about last time. Um, could they use a slot guy? I think they want to replace Mike Williams or Keenan Allen if they have to cut him. So I don't know if Vlad McCockley makes sense. Troy Franklin went to Oregon. It makes why not? Let's just do that. Troy Franklin. Okay, the Titans, I believe, went Joe Alt. Let me just make sure. But yeah, it went Joe Alt. So now, if you are the Titans, ugh. Once again, that's what I'm saying. You don't go wide receiver early. You're kind of leaving yourself up for Xavier Worthy is a guy you can think about going here. Let's look at the corners. DJ James played really well here. It might be a little rich, but this is the last pick they have. Oh, they don't have a third round pick. Oh, okay. So whoever this pick is, it has to be somebody that's going to make an impact. Okay, well, if that's the case, I think it has to be a receiver then. They have no choice. They got to make sure they get a receiver. And maybe Jalen Polk, bigger receiver, give somebody 6'2", 204. Give Will Levis somebody that he can throw the ball down the field to. 54%, that's pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, let's do Jalen Polk. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's draft Jalen Polk. Okay, the Giants got their quarterback. Now they need a receiver. They need everything else now. And again, Wide receiver to me is not really looking good right now. Uh, we still have pick 47, so maybe I'll look at wide receiver then. I know, I know they desperately still need to get that offensive line together, mainly on the interior. Still a little too rich, in my opinion. In my opinion, but maybe you know what, because the wide receivers are going, maybe you do gotta just take a chance on one of these guys. So yeah, let's go ahead and take Xavier Worthy. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Xavier Worthy. Give Jaden Daniels to somebody to throw to. Okay. Washington is back on the clock. We took Chris Braswell. We have 40 and 43. Yeah, see, trading back was a really good idea. So at 40, we took Olu Fashanu and we took Chris Braswell so far. Uh, I know they still need a corner, so maybe taking Kamari Lassiter here makes sense. Just see, 6 foot 180. That's kind of what you already have in freaking Emmanuel Forbes. I don't know if they want to do that. TJ Tampa, 6'2", 200. That's probably kind of what they want to do. So let's do that. Let's take TJ Tampa. Okay. Green Bay, we took Cooper DeJean in the first round. So let's definitely look at the tackles and let's look at the defensive interiors. Brandon Dorless is still here. Dwayne Carter had a pretty good Fisk and Carter had a pretty good they had a pretty good Senior Bowl. A lot of the defensive interior did pretty well. Um, we pick again at 57. All right, so I'll wait on the defensive. I'll wait on the defensive interior. There's a lot of defensive interiors still here. I'll wait on 57 for that. Instead, let's look at the tackles because I don't think there's many tackles left. Right. Graham Barton's probably going to be interior guy for you. I can't remember if he had a good week or not. Kingsley Suamieta. Um, yeah, let's just go with him. That might be a safer bet. Okay. Minnesota did not take a quarterback. What did we do? We got them Nate Wiggins, right? We did. Michael Penix is here. You could take Michael Penix here, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Him with those weapons would be nice. Um, Washington is back on the board. I actually really love that for him. What did I do? I did TJ Tampa, Chris Braswell, and Olu Fashanu. Uh, we still have, we don't pick again till 67. Okay, here's where I'm gonna go ahead and take interior lineman. And like I said, Chris Haynes had a monster week. I'm gonna go ahead and take Chris Haynes. So now, if you are Sam Howell, no excuses, bro. You got your tackle, you got your guard, your offensive line should be good now. Um, and we got some edge help and corner help, so the defense should be better. especially with uh Dan Quinn as the new head coach. So if you're Sam Howell, you know what I mean? Like this is it. This is your chance. Okay. The Bears, they took Roma Doomsday and they took Caleb Williams. So now we're back on the clock. Defensive line and corner. Jonah Ellis isn't a bad shout. Chop Robinson's still on the board too. No, I think we gotta go Chop Robinson. The Saints, they took what? They took Drazon Newton. Okay. They took Drazon Newton. The tackles are just not it right now. Yeah, the tackles just aren't where it's at right now. So they're gonna have to wait on that or get that in free agency. Um, oof. Could they take JJ McCarthy here? Eh. I'm not a big JJ fan to be very honest with you. Spencer Rattler did have a good camp. Joe Milton was horrible. I hate to say it. Sam Hartman, polish up your resume, my brother. You ain't getting drafted. Um, I guess JJ McCarthy here is pretty good. I mean, I know it's their last pick. Yeah, I think that wouldn't be bad. That way he doesn't have to play right away. Yeah, okay, I like that. Okay, they went Brian Thomas. They need some offensive line help. They need some defensive interior. They need some defensive backs. Um, the defensive interior, we need to show them some love because they were balling. They were balling. I think this is where I will give somebody love that probably, yeah, let's do that. The Giants, they got their quarterback, they got their wide receiver. They need to address this offensive line. I'm gonna go ahead and take Cooper BB. Shout out Joe Anderson. You got your guy. You're happy. Um, the Jaguars. I think I had who did I have them take? I can't remember. Oh, Jackson Power Johnson. That's a great pick. And you know what? I think let's continue to protect. Let's continue to protect Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. Let's continue to protect him. Give him a nice offensive line. Okay. The Bengals, I think you have to now take a wide receiver. I know there's not much good ones left in this range, but Anaya Smith Javon Baker had a really good camp, but I think he's still round three. 6'1", 208, not bad. I think it's still a little too early to take him right now. Um, they took defensive interior in the first round. Oh no, they took JC Latham. Okay. They have another pick at 80. Okay, so maybe we take defensive interior. Kai Wingo makes a lot of sense. Okay, the Eagles. Now here's where Lad McConkey makes a lot of sense. We're gonna go ahead and do that. The Rams. Uh, what did I do with them? They took Liatu Latu. Okay. So the Rams, they could also keep plugging away at that defensive line, getting that defense up. They lost Raheem Morris, so they're probably going to want to make sure that defense is as good as it could be. That's possible. Jonah Ellis, maybe to round out their edge class. Well, let's just see something real quick. I could go say I haven't taken a safety yet. Javar Bullock had a decent camp, a decent week, I should say. Tyler Nubin's probably Cameron Kitchens and Tyler Nubin are still probably the two. I guess they would go Kalen Bullock if they go safety. Again, I'm predicting that they would know more about him than the other ones because he went to USC. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, the Steelers. The Steelers, to me, should trade back. That's just me. I think the Steelers should trade back. 52 and 84. They need a corner, but again, I'm not really feeling the corners that are left. DJ James though. Hold on. DJ James did play, but he's only 164. Oh my God. Oh my God. Dwight McLaughlin. Josh Newton had a pretty good week too, though. Let me see. 6 foot 190. Yeah, again, if you want a corner, you're gonna have to trade back. Max Melton showed his speed. If you want a corner, I think you're gonna have to trade back and get a corner, if I'm being honest with you. Uh well, they're saying the Giants would want to pick and Chicago would want to trade. Trading back to 70 is a lot though. You're trading out of the third, you're trading out of the second round altogether, right? Yeah, I wouldn't do that. No, no, no. We're not gonna trade them back that far. Um, do. 2. All right, we could try this. Let's try trading back with Tampa Bay for 126. Is that another fourth rounder or is that a third rounder? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So let's trade back. And now if you are you're trying to get a you're trying to get one of the receivers because you're seeing that these guys are kind of falling off the board. And you want to make sure you get your guy. Now, unfortunately, Johnny Wilson's another guy that did not help himself. He's probably more of a tight end, but maybe if you are, I kind of like that. Yeah, let's go ahead and draft Johnny Wilson because if you have Mike Evans, then you can make him a tight end. If you don't have Mike Evans, you could try to turn him into Mike Evans. So let's do that. Uh, the Dolphins. I think they could go ahead and take Saunders at this point. They don't really need much, and they kind of already got their offensive lineman, right? Who did they take in the first round? Yeah, Jordan Morgan. Yeah, let's just take Javion Saunders. Okay, the Eagles. They can go linebacker here. But Lane Johnson also kind of retired on them. What did I know they took Lad McConkey. Who did I have them taking the first round? Oh yeah. Uh mm, Kelsey's retiring too. So you know what? They're gonna need they're gonna need somebody to come in and take. Bo Limmer had a bad camp. That broke my heart. I wanted him for the Steelers. He had a bad camp. Zach Frazier should be healthy by the start of the season. It's a guy I wanted for the Steelers. That's kind of why I traded back because I wanted a guy like Zach Frazier, but that's not gonna happen now. Cleveland, them being here again, Tez Walker would have been great for them, but he kind of messed that up for himself. Going safety here makes sense. Uh, so there's there's a lot of defensive interiors I still have not taken yet. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that actually. Again, Braden Fisk had a pretty good week. Uh, we're gonna go Brandon Dorlus here. Okay, the Cowboys, they went Tavondre Sweat. Okay, they went defensive interior. They could use a running back. I kind of like that. Jonathan Brooks on the Trey Benson is still on the board. Who was? Wait a minute, is he on here? Where did he go? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Oh, they don't have him on here. What's the name made himself a lot of money. Uh, I think he went to TCU. Man, I can't think. He was all over the place yesterday. They don't have him listed here, but he made himself a lot of money as a running back. He might go day two, but for now, we'll just go ahead and put Trey Benson. Uh, okay, Green Bay on the clock again. They would have probably wanted a running back. They could still take a running back here. They got they went tackle and then they went Cooper DeJean in the first round, so they're pretty good on that. Yeah, again, these defensive interiors need to go. I'm gonna go ahead and get Brandon Fisk here. Like I said, he's a high riser. Okay. Now if you are the Steelers, you traded back out an extra fourth. So now they have three fourth round picks. So I think that's good. They can move back up if they need to. I think they have to take an interior player here because all the good centers are going. Cedric Van Pran is here. Mike Nugent is here. I would love to complete the trifecta of Georgia linemen, but Cedric Van Pran, from what we're hearing, is a little bit more of a project. They need somebody that could come in right now. That's probably Drake Nugent. Like I said, Bo Limmer would have been great here, but he he's kind of short and can't handle bull rushes. So I don't know. I don't know. There's no point of trading back. Any trade back will just get another fourth round pick, which doesn't make sense. So we're just gonna head and draft somebody. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take. I don't think a linebacker's been taken yet. All right, so let's take a linebacker. Now, here's the interesting. Peyton Wilson played great. Edgerrin Cooper. I think these two guys established themselves as the top linebackers in the draft. Whether we scouted them or not, I don't know. I know we're big on the Big 12, Big 10, I should say. Um, I don't know if we would have scouted Peyton Wilson unless he dominated Pitt. Like we're really weird when it comes to the ACC. Like we've taken some ACC guys, but normally it's just like Florida State guys and maybe a Miami guy here or there. So I feel like if Peyton Wilson didn't like dog at like during a Pitt game, they probably wouldn't notice him. I know they're gonna be high on Junior Colson. They're probably gonna have more on Junior Colson than anybody else. But everybody says Edgerrin Cooper is the best linebacker in this class without question. Yeah, he's 6'3", 230. I think that's what we really want. We really need a middle linebacker. We desperately need one. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Edgerrin Cooper. You traded back to get him, and like I said, you could always trade back up in the third round to get other players. Okay, The Texans have they went Byron Murphy. That's all they have. It's just that pick. So they went Byron Murphy in the first round. This is their second round pick. Um, again, man, I would love to give him a wide receiver, but they just ugh. We could go ahead and get a linebacker. Cedric Gray, where is he? He played really, really well. I know he's a little shorter, so I don't know if people are gonna like him. He's a little smaller, but he was phenomenal, especially during the game. I think he earned himself some money. Uh, they would have definitely taken Edgerrin Cooper. I think you know what? I'm gonna have them do this. I'm gonna have them say, "Oh, since you stole our backyard player, we're gonna steal your backyard player and take Junior Colson." Okay, if you are the Bills, I'm pretty sure I had them take a wide receiver in the first round. I did, and I'm glad I did because those wide receivers are gone. In terms of offensive tackle, um, they would again. This is Buffalo we're talking about. They would have more stuff on a Yale prospect than most others would. So I think if anybody would be comfortable with this guy, it's them. Yeah, let's do that. Detroit. Detroit. Uh, I don't even remember what I did for them in the first round. Kool-Aid McKinstry. Okay. All right, so let's shore up that offensive line then, if we can. And there you go, Zach Zenner and Mike Nugent. Pick your poison of what you want to do. I'm gonna go ahead and take the center because yeah, I think there's a little bit more. hmm, I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and take the center. Okay, the Ravens. Did they take a wide receiver in the first round, or did they? They did. It took 80 Mitchell. Shit. Damn. Okay. So let's get some defensive. Oh, there's some really good defensive interiors left. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, I hate that. I hate that so much. I hate that so much. The Chiefs also took. Oh, they didn't take a receiver. Ooh, they took Chris Jenkins. Oh, oh, that's not good. Well, no, Jermaine Burton's somebody I think they would. That's something that I think they would want. Okay, Jermaine Burton makes sense actually. Yeah, let's do that. Jermaine Burton. Okay. And then Ennis Raxall Jr., I think he's just been falling way too much. So let me go ahead and take him to the San Francisco. And now, and for round three, Jonah Ellis is still on the board, which is a crime shame. I think if you are the Panthers, I think you have to do that. Let me just see something. Yeah, you're not gonna. Jaheim Bell played. Well, no, Jaheim Bell's too small. I'm wilding. He did have a good week, but I'm not. No, absolutely not. Um, yeah, like I said, Tez Walker is no longer even eligible for this. I'm gonna do Jonah Ellis. The Cardinals, they still have 3 picks left, including this one. They got a crap ton of draft capital, which is good because they need a bit of everything. Let's get them a linebacker because I know I haven't gotten them a linebacker yet. Let's go ahead and get Peyton Wilson. Washington also have had a bunch of picks from trading down. They've gotten everything on that line, I think, and they got an edge and they got a corner. Uh, I think this is where you can see a Cedric Gray. Again, he played really well. I think he earned himself a lot of money. It's just who would you rather have, him or Jeremiah Trotter Jr.? One is 6 foot 230. The other is 6'2", 235. They're both from the Carolinas, or at least played in the Carolinas. So again, I'm assuming they have pretty good tape on them. Again, just because this is a post Senior Bowl mock, I'm gonna give Cedric Gray the edge to say that he boosted his stock. Okay, the Patriots have Marvin Harrison Jr. and Bo Nix. I think they're pretty happy with themselves. Um, I think you just go best player available here, if I'm being honest. Although Idea Isaac is here. What other edges are here? Just make sure. Oh yeah, Austin Booker. Austin Booker was killing it too. 6'6", 245. And so is Darius Robinson. All right, so maybe I show them some love since they've also been killing it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let's do that. The Chargers, I think they need a running back at this point. They got a receiver, they got a tight end. Let's go ahead and give them a running back. Bucky Irving kind of feels like a good spot for him. Uh, Man, I really wish my man from TCU was on here. He was killing it. He was killing it. He's not even listed. I can't think of his name now, but he dominated the game yesterday. All right, matter of fact, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to take Amani Vidal, but I'm going to make it the kid from TCU. Let me just see something real quick. Let me just try to look up his name. Though I want to give him the praise he deserves. TCU running back. Amani Bailey, that's his name. Yeah, he was killing it. So this is going to be Amani Bailey from TCU. Yeah, I want to give him his just due because he was all over the field during the game. He was killing it. Okay, the Giants, they have their quarterback, they have their receiver, they have their interior offensive linemen. So now we can finally look at this defense and do something with this defense. There's a lot of defensive interiors still left. I kind of want to give them an edge to go alongside of Thibodeau. Let's see what edges are left. And Isaac is still here. He's still here. I want to get Austin Booker in somewhere too, though. Hold on. Where can I get Booker in? Where can I get Booker in? Atlanta traded up, right? Okay, so maybe I'll have Booker go to Atlanta. Okay. Yep, because Atlanta didn't have a second round pick. So maybe I'll have Atlanta get Booker. So I will go ahead and take Isaac for the Giants. The Cardinals are back on the board again, and they have two more picks. My gosh. I really wish they showed you what they did already. Did they? No. I really wish they showed you what so I didn't have to keep scrolling. But they got a linebacker and Peyton Wilson. So linebacker. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Patrick Paul at tackle. Troy Fatumwa at guard. He's not a tackle, but he's a guard. And then Malik Neighbors, right? Okay, so wide receiver, tackle, guard, and then edge, right? Edge was the last one. Oh, linebacker. Okay, so they need an edge still. Okay. All right, so maybe I give them Booker. Why not? They can use a little bit of everything. Um, yeah, let's do that. Okay. I'm sorry, the Giants, the Jets. Let's also give them the defensive interior. They went Charlisa Fuaga in the first round. Mason Smith is still here on the board. That's crazy to me. So we're gonna give them Mason Smith. We went center for, so we're gonna give them the Michigan guard. There we go. So simple. Uh, the Falcons, I kind of just gave them the player that they were supposed to take. So I think they're kind of getting screwed here because they're not gonna be able to get an edge. Yeah, right now there's no other edge that you would want here. But that's okay. Tez Walker, I would love to give them to you, but you were horrible. There is no other way to say it. Let's give them Kamari Lassiter. Okay, the Bears. They got Caleb Williams. They got Roma Doomsday. What else did I have them do? Chop Robinson and Chop Robinson's. Okay, so they got Edge, they got receiver, and they got uh oh, Graham Barton. Wow, wait, Graham Barton's still on the board. I'm wilding. He could play all throughout the whole thing. He could be their center. Graham Barton's the pick. I am so sorry. I'm not even paying attention that he's still on the board here. Okay. Do you take Spencer Rattler here if you're wait a minute. Do you take Spencer Rattler here? He had a pretty good week. If you think you can control, no, Sean Payton, what am I talking about? Sean Payton and Spencer Rattler is a terrible mix. Never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind. Never mind. I think what you can then do then is take a guy like Cedric Van Pran. The Raiders, they have Justin Fields, so they don't need this is their first pick? No, no, they got a corner in the first round. Uh, but they have Justin Fields, so they don't need a corner. I mean, a quarterback. Let's look at tackle. Let's look at interior line, see what we can do. Blake Fisher's still on the board. Yeah, let's go with Blake Fisher. Okay, Seattle. What did I do? Seattle got who? Did they not have a second round pick? I can't remember. Maybe not. Doesn't look like it. So in the first round, they got Quinn. Oh wait, they got Dallas Turner. So they need interior guys. Ooh, but unfortunately for them, a lot of the interior guys have been flying off the board. Andrew Rain bit was okay. Wasn't the greatest. Again, Bo Wimmer's is really small, unfortunately. So maybe we go Trevor Keegan here. Okay. The Bengals, I think right now, I think I have to give them a receiver. I've been not doing it. Yeah, they got Makai Wingo and then they got a tackle in the first round, right? Yeah, JC Latham. Oof. Oof. Yeah, they need a wide receiver bad. Again, Tez Walker would have been fine, but here there. I might have to go ahead and take Roman Wilson. I know he's a guy the Steelers were really high on. Ricky Pearsall. I mean, it's not like he had a bad week. Brendan Rice, I'm just not that fond of. He's 6'3", 210, but like he's not really a separator at all. Javon Baker had a decent camp. Oh, he had a great catch for a touchdown in the game. 6'2", 195. Still might be a little too rich. Ricky Pearsall had a pretty decent catch. Again, Ted Walker to me is undraftable at this point. He's the biggest faller in all this. Oh, shoot. I thought I was on the Bengals. I'm on the. Okay, that's the Bengals pick. I'm so sorry. So for the Bengals, let's. Wow, how did I do that? I thought it was highlighted the Jaguars. So the Jaguars got Christian Mahogany, and they got Jackson Powers Johnson, right? They did the O line thing. Yeah, okay, okay. So this is even though it says the Bengals, this is the Jaguars pick. We're gonna flip these two picks. Um, oh my God, Tyler Newman and Cameron Kitchens are still on the board here. So let's do that. Okay. They could just take best player available, really. They could take best player available. I think they're done. Like, what else do they need? Did they not have a second round pick? Yeah, they did. Oh, to Trevor Keegan. I'm gonna trade out this pick anyway. So now, if you were the Steelers, oh man, the Steelers, they still need a corner. They have not been able to get their corner. We took Amarius Mims in the first. We took Edrin Cooper in the second. So we still need a center. Oh my God. All of our centers are gone. I gave away all the centers. Oh shoot. I gave away all this. They might have to go Andrew Rain. Yeah, they might have to go Andrew Rain here. Yikes. They might have to go Andrew Rain there. Wow. Okay. Good job to move up and get your center. You still need a defensive back though. The Colts, they went receiver in the first round. I know that. What did they do in the second round? Dwayne Carter. Okay, nice. Defensive interior. Uh, yeah, again, there's not much going for them. They could take Matt. Yeah, let's just do that. The Rams are back on the clock. How many picks are left? Rams are back on the clock. Now, here's do they take a quarterback? Michael Pratt, he wasn't that great either, though. Spencer Rattler, I want to give him his props. He played well. I just don't know where the fit is. I just don't know where the fit is. Just don't know where the fit is. I'm gonna have the Steelers straight up again, bro. They're gonna need to. They're gonna need to. We're gonna go ahead and take Cameron Kitchens. He's still on the board. Now again, we ain't getting no safety. I mean, no corner yet, but there's no corners to be got if we're being honest with ourselves. If we're being honest with ourselves. I guess we could have got Josh Newton, but yeah. Okay, Seattle back on the clock. I think they just take best player available. That's the corners, I guess. Yeah, all the corners are kind of the best. Or oh, never mind. I'm on. Okay. Jeremiah Trotter's still here. Maybe who can use a linebacker? Dallas can, and I don't think I took a linebacker for them yet. I have not. So let's trade back with Dallas. And let's go get Jeremiah Trotter. Boom. All right, that's forfeited. The Texans, once again, they don't really need much. They don't need much. And they've kind of killed it with what they've had already. Yeah, they got a linebacker and they got what they do in the first round. Oh, that defense is crazy. That defense is crazy. They haven't touched the offense yet, so maybe that's what we need to do. But again, there's not really much to do on offense right now. The wide receivers are gone. There's no tight ends. Maybe Roman Wilson. Eh, maybe here's why I have Javon Baker kind of come up 6'1", 208. Yeah, why not give him another receiver? Let's do that. Okay, the Browns, they've only had their second round pick. They used it on the defensive interior. Again, the receivers just aren't really here for them. There should be a safety available though. Let's see. Devon Bullock. Yeah, there we go. Seattle, I keep trading down with you because, like, what else am I gonna do with you? Yeah, like they don't. There's not much for them to do here. I gotta pick somebody, so I guess I'm just gonna take the best player on the board. Don't need anything now. Actually, you know what? Maybe here's where we take Spencer Rattler. Sit, learn. Maybe he's their quarterback of the future. Why not? Okay, Green Bay. I don't remember at all what I know. They got Cooper DeJean in the first round. They got Brandon Fisk in the second round. Is that everything that they did? And they got a tackle in the second round. Okay, so maybe here's where we could take a running back. Uh, let's go ahead and do that. The Buccaneers could also take a running back. And that's where I could take Blake Corum. To me, he's good, but I feel like he's just like he's not, I don't know. The Cardinals are back on the board. They went linebacker, they went receiver, they went offensive line, right? They went tackle and guard. Um, they could take a they could use a corner. Okay, so let's go give them Caitlin King. Boom. The Packers are back on the board again. Uh, they went Cooper DeJean already. They went tackle. They went defensive interior already. Maybe we could just give him another. Well, no, let's just give him best player available. Let's give him best player available, and that might. Oh, he's still on the board too, though. Wait a minute. Darn, he's still on the board too. Yeah, why don't we go double defensive interior then? Shoot. Um, Kalen Carson makes so DJ James had a good. I gotta get him drafted. He had a good camp. Um, the Lions can still use corners. The Ravens, they went AD Mitchell, and I think they got a defensive interior, didn't they? Oh my God. Yeah. And now there's hella corners on the board. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. And I think this is where Josh Newman gets picked. Oh my God. The Ravens are killing it. Oh, oh. Okay. Here's where if you can't take Tez Walker. Like you just can't. You're dealing with drops already. He's been doing nothing but dropping the football. Brandon Rice makes sense here. Keep adding to that wide receiver room. Let's do that. Okay, the 49ers. I guess they just take best player available. That might be a running back just for depth purposes, just in case CMC goes down. Break Corum. See, Bucky Irving would have been perfect for them. Um, yeah. You know what? Yeah, let's just have them continue to stack up on corners just to make sure they get a corner that's gonna work for them. So let's do that. Oh, they probably should took Kyrie Jackson actually. I'm gonna have Kyrie Jackson go to the Jaguars. You can switch these two picks if you would like. Um, they can use some more defensive back help. Have I been having them take corners or safeties? I can't remember. Zach Frazier, Lad McConkey, and on Mitchell as a corner. Okay, so they could use this. They could use a safety. Had a run on safeties here. We've had a run on safeties. Jeez, and then San Francisco still on the clock again. My God. I might have, and nobody wants to trade up for them, huh? With them. I'm not gonna let the Steelers trade back up. They traded up twice already, I think. Who's somebody who we haven't? Maybe the Dolphins. They haven't had that many picks, but they don't need much though. Who can use some more help? Maybe. Who's still available? Hold on. Who's still available? Kenley Jackson's still here, but we took a defensive interior already. If we're the Cowboys. Oh, all right, I'm gonna go with Nice Smith, and then I'm gonna go Roman Wilson for the Bills because they could probably use two receivers again. They might lose Gabe Davis, so they're gonna need more receivers. And now, if you are Washington, I guess you go ahead and take a chance on one of these tight ends. I kind of don't like any of these tight ends, to be quite honest with you, but Cade Stover, I guess, makes the most sense. So go ahead and do that. And that's the draft. That's what we did. This is post Senior Bowl, the risers and fallers. Again, Tez Walker, I love you, but you killed your draft stock. You cannot be going in the first 2 days. Uh, who else did really bad? Yeah, there was a couple guys that just they killed their draft stock. The Senior Bowl was not kind to a lot of people, if I'm being honest with you. But the guys that were it was kind to, they all got drafted. These are guys that literally submitted their names at the first some as first rounders, others as bona fide day two players. So this was the draft. I'm Never for Brett Boy. You can find me at Never for Brett. That's NEVA underscore the number four BRETT underscore ME on Instagram and Twitter. We are the underscore dope blog on Instagram and threads. The dope blog on one word on Twitter. Our website is the dope.blog. And because you're watching this on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe and join us next time as we continue to discuss other people's excellence. Deuces.